action that the consequence is negative and always result to regret is a mistake. Hello, this is Real Life with Lady J, where we discuss life realities. We talk about things that have to do with our everyday living. And today I want to talk about mistakes that people make that hinders growth and productivity. Now, going through the main purpose of God for mankind, He said we should replenish the earth. He said we should multiply. He has put us in charge of everything He created. So that means God wants man to be productive. God wants man to grow. But there are some things that people do, sometimes maybe unconsciously, sometimes they don't even know. That's why it's called a mistake. Because a mistake is something that you do and you don't really know it is going to affect you in that dimension, and it actually has negative consequences. And the individual actually have this kind of rethink. Anytime a mistake occurs, the individual always rethink, oh, I wish I did not do it in this way. I wish I would have done it in this way. But sometimes it is actually medicine after death. Now, for a start, what is growth? Growth is an increase in size, number, value, or strength. That's growth. So it can be an increase in size, it can be an increase in value, it can be an increase in strength, it can be an increase in anything that is just growth. Then what is productivity? Simply put, productivity is you yielding fruit. Anything that yields fruit is productivity. Anything that yields good results is productivity. So what are these mistakes that people make sometimes that actually hinders their growth and their productivity? First, indecision. So when you're not so sure of what you want, when you think you need this, and then somebody will come and say, I don't think this is okay for you, and you start thinking, is this thing actually okay for me? Is this thing actually good for me? And by the time you think, sometimes we don't even arrive at any conclusion. We'll just let go. Indecision is one big mistake that people make that actually hinders their growth and their productivity, because every step you take at a time leads to something. Every decision you make leads to something. There is actually a path you're walking through. And if you don't make good decisions, in fact, if you make the decision, it will lead you to somewhere. If you don't make the decision at all, it will still lead you to somewhere. We should just try as much as possible to know what we want and how to get what we want. Listening to people is very, very good. But by the time all you do is listen to people, and you don't have a decision of your own, it is not good. It will hinder your growth and it will hinder your productivity. So what other mistakes that people make that actually hinders their growth and productivity? Impatience can actually hinder growth and productivity. When something is coming to you and they feel you don't have time, you feel you're running out of time, and then you want to do what you want to do. So impatience can actually hinder growth and productivity, because growth takes time. It is a process. It is not something that the moment you start working on yourself that you start seeing changes. No, it's something that takes time. When you're not ready to go through the process of growth, it can actually hinder growth and productivity in the life of that individual. Now, what else can hinder the growth and productivity of a person? When you take life too casual. Life is a serious business. Yes, we know God has the final say, but there is a role you have to play. By the time you don't play your role and you expect God to do everything for you, nothing will happen in your life except God just wants to have mercy upon you. When you take life too casual, it hinders your growth and productivity. What else? What else can also hinder the growth and productivity of an individual? Being too religious. Being too religious. Anything they tell you to do. No. I just want to serve God. I just want to serve God. Somebody will say, take the whole world and give me Jesus. Yes, it's very, very good. Yes, it's very, very good to have Jesus only. But how do you win the world for Jesus? Because the propagation of the kingdom requires finance, and it requires you to be in good relationship with your fellows on the earth as a human being. Some people, they don't want to work. All they want to do is just being involved in religious activities. They don't want to work. They don't want to work. In fact, some people, they don't want to even go to school. They don't need a certificate. They don't need anything. All they need is just to go to church, go to church, go to church. Being too religious hinders growth. It hinders productivity. Everything should be balanced. Excess of everything is extremely bad. Everything should be balanced. We go to church, we serve God. We know that going to school is also important. We know that education is also important. We know that being in good relationship with people around us is also important. So everything should just be balanced. Because the life of a man has different aspects. And in these aspects, we should try as much as possible to make sure that everything we do should just be okay. You're serving God, yes, serve Him amicably. You're going to school, yes, do it to your best. Whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. So growth and productivity is something that every human should actually go for. And growth leads to productivity, because the more you grow is the more you yield fruit. The more you grow is the more your life emits results. Be decisive, learn to be patient, learn not to be too religious, and learn not to take life too casual, so that we can actually grow and yield fruits and also have results in our life, so we can make impact in the land of the living. This is Real Life with Lady J, where we discuss life so we can understand life, love life, and live life. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget, if you're here to subscribe to this channel, subscribe, like, share, and have a very, very beautiful week ahead. God bless you.